Hello everyone, welcome to the Fire Artisan channel. Today we're playing some Simic Flash, which is going to be really fun. It's kind of a reactive strategy instead of a proactive aggressive strategy like we're used to. And yeah, it should be great. This is a pretty standard list. The key cards are Nightpack Ambusher as our win condition. If we can get this one down and protect it, then we should be in pretty good shape. And otherwise, we're just playing a lot of counter magic. We've got Brazen Borrower for interaction. We can send permanents back to our opponent's hand. We've got Brineborn Cutthroat to put some early pressure on the battlefield. And we even have two main deck Aether Gusts for some of the Gruul decks and mono red decks out there. So yeah, this is going to be fun. It's always a lot of fun to play all of your spells on your opponent's turn, instant speed, flash speed. We don't get to do that all too much with the red decks, so this will be a fun way to mix it up. Also, I think this deck is just a pretty good choice in the metagame right now, because a lot of people are playing with really control-y sort of just decks with a lot of expensive cards. So Simic Flash is one way to really punish them for that. All right. This looks like a pretty good hand. We've got a lot of our 2-mana spells, and we've got the lands to play them. This looks to be one of the slower decks that I was kind of talking about. So we should be... I think we should be favored in this matchup, but we'll have to see how it plays out. Our opponent's name is Bong Mitzvah. I'm not sure. That's an interesting one for sure. Red or green, I think Aether Gust is very likely to be a dead card here, but that's okay. I think the matchup is good enough that we're allowed to have a dead card or two. All right. I'd love to get one of these Brineborn Cutthroats down early. I've become pretty, if this is Azorius Control, I'm pretty familiar with this deck, or I should be, because my girlfriend Abby has spent a lot of time playing with it, and I've watched her play a number of times. Like me, she sort of played a lot of aggro decks for a while, but these days she really likes her, I think I mentioned this in a previous video, she really likes to play decks like Temur Reclamation, some of these bigger decks. The last month or so, she's been really into that. And that deck is really fun. I had a pretty good experience playing with it lately, and maybe I'll even play it more today. All right. I think I am going to go for the second Cutthroat here. Normally I would just go in with everyone, but I wonder how likely they are to have an Omen of the Sun, because I could just lose one of these guys. I think I'm willing to go for it. Okay. I think I'm going to make this play just so I don't get blown out by that. I'm still able to have a quench up, so hopefully that'll be good enough. And that's another Omen of the Sun. I think that one I want to let go. I don't really want to use all my quenches up on their less important spells. That's a Narset. I'm okay with this. I think I'm going to use this turn to play Brazen Borrower. And I should be able to put a little bit of pressure on her that way. I don't think I love using Neutralize on her. I want to save that for something a little bit more powerful. It's big that I know about this Shark Typhoon too. All right, yeah, we're doing okay so far. Azorius Control. Oh, maybe this isn't Azorius Control. I guess they were just short a red source for a while there. Alright, their plan might just be to play a shark this turn, but I think we'll have the bigger shark, so that's fine with me. All right. This actually works out. I'm able to gust this Fires of Invention. So I guess Aether Gust was not a dead card after all. I really like the art on Aether Gust. That's really pretty. All right. Looks like they're desperate enough to just play a Teferi here. All right, well, that's game one. That is game one. All right. Let's see what I want to do. I don't care about Uro here. I think I'd rather have more counter magic. Kind of like bringing in all this counter magic. I think Spectral Sailer's good. Aether Gust is pretty narrow. I think I'll just have one or two of those. Let's see here. Yeah, I think Brazen Borrower is a little bit less important. But maybe I'll bring another one in just because if they do land a Teferi against us, then Brazen Borrower is kind of our only good answer to getting our hand back online. Let's see, maybe I'll go 1 down on Growth Spiral. Bring in this other Quench. Okay, well now I'm thinking how important is Grafdigger's Cage against the Lurrus deck. Nah, I don't think I need it. All right, here comes game 2 against Bong Mitzvah. Another pretty good hand. I don't think there's any reason to send this one back. We've got our turn 2 Growth Spiral. Looks like they're on 6. So we're definitely going to have a major, not major, but we're going to have some card advantage going on in the early stages of the game here. All right, really looking to draw a land. That can definitely be a big problem with this deck, is not hitting your land drops on time. There's land number 4. So that's actually pretty exciting. I'm going to set a bunch of stops on their turn just so that makes it seem more like we have counter magic in our hand. If they if they cast a Teferi here, then it definitely lands. All right. We got through that last turn. That was the main thing. That last turn was definitely pretty tricky for us. Not going to attack with the Cutthroat here. I think they're pretty likely to just play Omen of the Sea and then we'll lose it for almost no value. I'd rather build it up a little bit. I'm not sure how much we want to try to deploy an Ambusher. I think I'm going to go with it because we have 2. Okay. Alright, still no attack here. We're falling behind on lands. And we haven't been drawing too many cards. Glass Casket is fine. I can let that land. All right. That wall has actually done a lot of work for them, I have to say. All right. There's another Omen of the Sea for our opponent. 2 Aether Gusts in hand for us, which I have to say isn't that exciting. They pass through their turn. with a pretty heavy bluff, 2 cards in hand. Are they just making a big shark? Yeah. I guess I should have just played the Ambusher. It can definitely be tricky to know what you can afford to do in these matchups. I'm going to go for the Ambusher. We don't have too many turns left to land this thing. All right, it does land. Going with a big attack here. All right. I shouldn't have gone in with that Cutthroat. That was a mistake, but I'm okay with this. I think we can get ahead in this race with the Ambusher down. Okay. That's a Fires of Invention. Oh my god, I should have Aether Gusted it. What was I thinking? Alright, I am not happy with that. Fortunately, I knew we would have enough to quench this Yorion. Okay. Yeah, should have Aether Gusted that Fires. What was I thinking? But luckily we got away with it. Okay, yeah, that one went really well. Sweet. Alright, well, thank you everyone for watching today. Remember to subscribe. As usual, I had a lot of fun playing today, so we're going to keep posting these videos. Thank you so much.